As if all the insane like depth that I've been describing for just the gameplay wasn't enough, the lore is insane. Like, it literally is like, have you ever read the Silmarillion? It's like that dense. This guy that I'm fighting, that I'm about to fight here, is named Rykard. He's called Rykard the Blasphemous because he is going against the power of the Erd Tree. The Erd Tree, oh, well, I'm not going out there to show you. It's a giant tree. It's like spiritual, whatever. It has power. And it is what gives power to the Golden Order. And the Golden Order was represented by this goddess named Marika. She represents a god called the Greater Will. And the Greater Will uses Marika and the Elden Ring to order the universe. So the Greater Will cares about order. Oh, Jesus. The Greater Will cares about order and created the Elden Ring, which is a series of runes. And each rune, it's like thousands of runes. And each rune represents different, like, aspects of the order of the universe. So, like, the fact that, like, gravity makes things go down, you know, that, like, fact of the order of the universe is represented by a rune on the Elden Ring. And the Elden Ring has gods that are like the stewards of the Elden Ring. And they protect it and make sure that its order, like, continues to you know, work or whatever. And Marika is just the only the most recent in, like, a long line of these different gods. Oh my god! Oh my god! Marika is only the most recent in this, like, long line of gods that have overseen the power of the Elden Ring. And Marika was married to a great warrior named Godfrey, and he was her steward. So, like, Marika, not her steward. They're called Elden Lords, and they're like counterparts, basically. They're not quite gods, but they are basically like divine. And they share power with, like, whoever is the god of the Elden Ring at the time. So Marika's the god of the Elden Ring, and she has a consort called an Elden Lord, the first of which is Godfrey. She has several children through Godfrey, but I know of two, or three, I guess. Godwyn, Morgott, and Moog are all children of Marika and Godfrey. But then Godfrey, like, she decides, actually, Godfrey, I don't want you to be my Elden Lord anymore. And she, like, banishes him. Well, she doesn't banish him, but she sends him, like, over the sea to fight in lands beyond this land. The land between is what it's called. And she marries this new guy named Radagon. And Radagon was previously married to this other lady named Rennala. And in his marriage with Rennala, Radagon had 3 children. Radon, Ranni, and... yeah, this is absolutely preposterous, I know. Radon, Ranni, and Rykard. Rykard is one of the gods that we're about to go fight. Is a demigod. He is the son of Radagon and Rennala. Radagon abandons Rennala in order to marry... oh my god. In order to marry Marika. And so his children get adopted to be... that was the lore to get to one boss? Yes! I'm not even joking about how insanely dense this lore is. His children become, like, get adopted as children of Marika whenever he marries Marika. So they get, like, high prestigious places of power in the Golden Order. But in, like, a way, like, all of... well, not all of, but both Ranni and Rykard both end up, like, rebelling against the Golden Order. It seems like to me, none of this is explicitly stated in any of the lore, but it seems like to me that like Radagon's children with Renala are like frustrated and feel spurned, like they're not like whole members of the Golden Order's like imperial power, and they endeavor to take power away from the Golden Order all the time. So Ranni is trying to take power away from the Golden Order, and Rykard is trying to take power away from the Golden Order. Rykard, the way that he saw fit to take power away from the Golden Order was to enter partnership with this snake named Eagle. I need to get up there. He entered partnership with this snake named Eagle. And Eagle, a long time ago, led a rebellion against the Elden Ring. I don't know if it was necessarily the Erd Tree, because it was a whole manifestation of order with the Elden Ring before the Erd Tree called the Crucible, and Eagle might have, like, rebelled there. I'm not really certain when Eagle's rebellion was. But Eagle rebelled against the power of the Elden Ring a long time ago, and Rykard is also seeking to rebel against the power of the Elden Ring, which is currently manifested in the Erd Tree. Enters partnership with Eagle in order to like more powerfully rebel against. Yeah, it's wild. Nahash, 100%. And Rykard allowed himself to be eaten by Eagle. And somehow that like was supposed to give them power, but the snake, like in Elden Ring, like subtextually, the snake represents like gluttony or like an over-desire, like a desire for power, but not one that's ever satisfied. Like it's just the desire itself. And so, Rykard wants to become more and more powerful. The way that he becomes more powerful is by consuming powerful warriors and like absorbing their power. And so Rykard like lures people who are frustrated with the Golden Order and the Erd Tree to like fight for him and become great warriors. And he's like got this like giant cult, and he lures these great warriors to come in like meet with him so that he can bring them to his chamber and consume them. That's what we're supposed to be doing. We're supposed to be like a warrior on quest to like gain Rykard's favor so that we can go and meet with him. And what he's really doing is he's trying to trick us so that he can consume us. But Rykard has gone crazy. He's like mad with power now. Not mad with power, he's mad like in the desire to seek out greater power. He never like wants to do anything with it. He just wants to get more and more powerful. And so it's like this perversion of, you know, his desire originally was to gain power to rebel against the Erd Tree, but now he doesn't even want to do that anymore. He just wants to consume these people and get more and more power. Your ability to retain all of this knowledge is almost as impressive as it's not at all as impressive as writing it, because to make all of it make sense and like also like have the subtext be interesting and everything, all of this is just lore enough to be able to understand Rykard. Much less like every boss has like that level of lore behind it, and it becomes this huge like spiderweb network of lore. The way that you attain this lore, Robert, I'll have you know, the way you attain this lore is not by playing the game. You get very little of what I just described to you by playing the game. It's literally just by like fighting bosses and reading like the descriptions on their items. It's so crazy because they spent so much time and effort like building it, and it's beautiful and like works so well and is like all connected and fascinating and everything. But you could go the whole game without ever learning any of it. Like you can easily miss like 9/10 of what like actual lore there is to be discovered.